Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So excited to come to you today, bringing in our second installment in the series. So we're going to work on level 2 and the 3 different workouts on level 2. So really excited to be able to bump this up a level now. So level 1 was kind of introductory exercises, all fairly easy to do in terms of setup and making sure that it wasn't too challenging for the muscles. Definitely you can have some soreness. It could be hard in some ways, but hopefully it wasn't too challenging. Trying out a couple of new things today. I've got a microphone, so hopefully I don't have to shout quite as loud. I'm a loud talker anyway, but hopefully I won't have to shout quite as loud. But give me some feedback if I do get too much feedback from the microphone, if it's too noisy or whatever. Let me know if that's bothersome, and we can go back to me shouting. Anyway, a couple other things. I want to give you an update on my personal weight loss. So when I first announced this course, I said I screwed up big time, and that I had not listened to my own advice well enough. And over the holidays, I gained about 7 or 8 pounds. It wound up being about 7 pounds. Well, as an update, I want to let you know that I am back down about 4.5 pounds from kind of that high point where I got. So it is working. I've been doing, staying active, putting in these metabolic workouts, as well as I've been, doing some running. I've been doing a lot of basketball with my boys. We play basketball Tuesday mornings as well as some other times throughout the week. So just trying to stay active, making sure I'm not eating quite as much. We're definitely not eating out as much and not as many family parties. And so that's helping big time. But like I said, losing that weight now slowly back down. So excited to be able to report that it is working and that we're headed in the right direction again instead of that holiday weight gain. And so next year I'll have to be better about that. It got me this year though, for sure. Okay, so workout 1 on level 2. The idea here is we're not reinventing the wheel with 5 brand new exercises. This is just a step up from level 1. So the way the course is designed, the whole series is designed as 3 different levels, but they're the same exercises, just repeated, but with a nuance, a different challenge, something that makes it slightly more difficult. Looks like I've got somebody on here live with me. Hi, Amy. Super excited. Thanks for joining us. So with the different levels of exercises, here's how they work. So workout 1, level 1, exercise 1 corresponds with workout 1, level 2, exercise 1. So they're essentially the same basic exercise. Level 2 is just slightly more challenging. And so same thing, level 3, workout 1, level 3, exercise 1 is still going to correspond. So same idea, workout 3, level 1, and workout 3, level 3, the 5th exercise should be the same exercise, just a little bit more challenging. And that way, we don't have to reinvent the wheel or learn a whole new exercise. It's just a variation of that same exercise that makes it a little bit more challenging. And that way, as you progress through the workouts, if you find that something is a little too difficult or a little too easy, you can bump up a level even for just that one workout or just that one exercise and do that next kind of more difficult exercise. And so it makes it easy to just kind of tier that and help it to fit where you're at right now. And so if some of these are a little bit too challenging for you, or you find that you're a bit too sore and so it was too much, go back to level 1 exercises and find that same exercise. So from level 1, workout 1, and then whichever exercise it was, and that should be a good replacement. And so I'll talk through some of that, kind of what the level 1 variation is as we go through the video today. Again, make sure you download your interval timer app and the workout timer app for Apple. I've got the descriptions of what those apps should be in the post, so make sure to download those so that you can work along with us. Again, super excited to be here. Let's get started. Hopefully all of these exercises make sense, and we can go through a little bit about why we're doing them and how it helps you to maintain a healthy, fit body so that you can do all of the things that you love to do, to make sure that your joints stay strong, to make sure you're staying fit so that you can continue to do all of the activities that you love to do. That's the whole point of exercise, in my opinion. It's not a punishment for bad eating or anything like that. It really is it's preserving my ability to do the things that I love to do. I love to play basketball. I love to play volleyball. I love to run around with my kids and hike and fish and camp and all those types of things. And so I work out so that I can continue to do those things, so that my body and that pain isn't the thing that keeps me from doing all the things that I love to do. So with that being said, let's get at it. Let's get to our workout so that we can be fit and healthy and do all the things that we love to do. So I've got my interval timer app ready. First exercise in level 2 is a wall squat. And so this is kind of a step up from just the squat where we're doing the bench squat where we have the target with the chair. And so we're going to just shift the camera over a little bit to give us a little space of open wall. Now with the wall squat, what we're doing is we're going back against the wall. And if you want to, you can use like a ball behind your back. Some people really prefer that, to have a ball behind their back just to help them to be able to get up and down a little bit more easily, or other things like that. Some people don't have a bare spot of wall that's easy to use as well. So you can use a door or something like that, and then just use an exercise ball as well. But the wall squat, so there's 2 different ways you can do it. I'm fine with either way. You're going to get a little bit different type of workout with either way, but kind of wherever you're at right now. So there's the wall sit, where it's a wall squat and hold, and you want to make sure that your thighs are parallel with the ground, and you just hold it for as long as that 40 seconds as you can. Or there's the wall squat where you're sliding down and then back up. And I'm going to generate a tremendous amount of static electricity as I do this. So hopefully the microphone will still work fine. Here we go. So here is level 2, workout 1, exercise 1. We're going with the wall squat. Here we go. Here's our countdown. Okay, I'm going to choose to go just up and down. I like the slow repetition, slow and controlled. So this is a little bit different in the setup and the form of it. So before, we were going with the bench squat, where you're really focusing on keeping your trunk forward and your body weight forward. This really helps with posture, making sure you keep your back straight. We don't want the knees to go beyond 90 degrees, so make sure your feet aren't too close to the wall and that your knees aren't coming in front like that, that your knees are staying behind your toes. So that's really the idea there, is that we're getting a good contraction of those quads. So this is going to isolate those quadriceps muscles a little bit more, maybe not use the glutes quite as much as our bench squat that we were doing before. Both have a lot of value, and so you may find that you switch off between the two, between level 1 and level 2 there, just depending on what you want to work on, what you feel is going to help you the most. But both are a really great exercise. That can be a little bit more challenging, especially if you're doing the wall squat and hold, which works a little bit different type of muscle, really working on your endurance and other things like that with that exercise. So that is the wall squat. Again, we're really strengthening quads, so it's a good way to kind of isolate that quad if you're having some knee problems and the bench squat is maybe too much for you right now, and that if that bothers the knee, you may try that, especially with the ball behind your back, and you may find that's a little bit gentler on your knees, because you can kind of unweight a little bit by pushing back into the wall. It's a little bit less pressure on your knee. So that's one way that you can use that. But it is a little bit more isolating of the quads, and it doesn't engage the glutes quite as much. So that's kind of the point of it. So exercise number 2. Last time in level 1, we did a wall push-up. This is going to be a modified push-up. So some people call it a girl push-up, but the idea is we're modifying a traditional push-up where we're on our hands and toes, and we're going to our knees instead to help take some of the complexity of the exercise down, because there's fewer joints involved, as well as we're just unweighting a little bit by doing so. And so let's go ahead and get into position for that. So we're on our knees, and then we're coming forward. Again, we want our body straight. So we don't want bum up in the air. We don't want to be sagging down. We want to keep our body straight, lock in our abs, lock in the glutes so that everything's tight. And then we're coming down, keeping the body straight, and just pressing up like so. So here we go. Again, a push-up is just a great exercise for overall engagement of a lot of upper body muscles. It's good for our chest muscles. It's good for your triceps as well. But we also have to use a lot of other muscles to stabilize and control how quickly we go down. And so it's great for, we get some scapular involvement of our scapular stabilizers, some lat engagement, especially depending on positioning. We even get some bicep and some hand and forearm muscle engagement as well. So it really does work a lot of things. So I love push-ups. It's one of my favorite exercises just because it hits so many areas. So all right, here we go. Let's get rolling. Here's a countdown. Let's get into position. All right, here we go. Keeping that body straight, trying not to sag through the back or to bring our bum too high or too low, keeping the body straight and locked into position. And just go at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to do a certain number during the 40 seconds. Just do as many as you can safely do. If that's 5 right now or 3 right now, that's fine. If you need to go back to kind of the wall push-up, that's totally fine as well. So use the different levels to make it so that it works for you. Nice. With the microphone, you're going to hear me breathing a little bit more heavily. This is awesome. So use that kind of however you need to. If you need to go back down to a wall push-up, that's fine. Or oftentimes, like we talked about, a modification of the wall push-up is using a countertop or a tabletop to get a little bit lower, a little bit more horizontal, and that's going to help you bear a little bit more weight if you're not ready for that modified push-up on the ground. Don't be afraid of maybe switching halfway through too. If you can do a few on the ground, but then that becomes too difficult, then move to a wall push-up for the rest of that 40 seconds. That's totally fine to do. Don't feel like you have to keep pushing through it. I don't want you to become too sore with these exercises. I want you to be able to keep working out so that you can do another workout tomorrow and the next day and the next day. When we're too sore, we often skip a day or we don't work out as much. And so I'd rather you keep it lighter, but more consistent, more frequent. And overall, you're going to get more of a calorie burn and more bang for your buck. All right, next, we are going to do swimmers. So that's laying down on your stomach, and we're doing an alternating arm and leg lift. So in level 1, we did Supermans, where we lifted both arms and both legs while laying on our stomach. Now we're going to go opposite arm and leg. So move this down to make sure we can see okay. Perfect. So we're going to do both arm and leg. So you're going to lift left arm and right leg, and then vice versa. So we're here and we're lifting opposite arm and leg. So we're trying to really engage those back extensor muscles with this one. Right through here, you'll feel it work those muscles, and that's what we're looking for. We want to engage those back extensor muscles, help them to activate. We want a good strong fire, and then we want a good strong relaxation of that firing. So during that transition time, you want to make sure you feel those muscles turn off and then all the way back on. Oftentimes with low back pain, we find that one side or the other doesn't turn off while doing this exercise. It stays tight. And so we kind of work on that, on making sure that those muscles can turn all the way on and all the way back off. It really helps to relax them actually by using these muscles. And so this is one of my favorite exercises for low back pain. All right, here we go. It's a great way to strengthen those low back muscles, which are critical for maintaining a healthy spine. All right, 3, 2, 1. And we're just engaging, lifting opposite arm and leg, slow and controlled, making sure we're just getting a good contraction. And then as we are in that transition, that those back muscles turn all the way off. So if you have to pause just a sec and let them relax, that's okay. But you should feel that. Again, you want to squeeze the glutes here. We're lifting through the arms and shoulders. If it's more comfortable to put your head a little lower or to put a pillow under your forehead or a towel, totally fine. Good. All right, there we go. 40 seconds. 20-second rest interval. While we talk about the next exercise, which is this lunge. And so the lunge, the idea here, in level 1, we did just a partial lunge, just as far down as you can go. And today we're just going to do a stepping lunge, which is a little bit, kind of that next stage up from that. So we're going to take and just do a step out, sit down, back up, and up. And we're going to stick with that same leg. So we'll repeat it a second time. We'll do it with both legs. So here's the idea. With the lunge, I'm not so concerned about how far forward you get. I don't want you to come forward, and as you do it, I don't want you to really reach out past your toes like that with that front leg. I want you to sit down in your lunge a little bit more. So we step forward, and then we're sitting down and bringing the chest forward here. In my opinion, that's a better way to engage the glutes, but it also is going to be a lot gentler on your knee so that we're not putting too much stress and strain through that. Lunges can often be painful for people. They're hard on some people's knees, and so we want to make sure that with that front leg, we're not getting it out beyond the knee. With the rear leg, we want to just kind of come down to a square. And so we're stepping forward, and we're coming down, and we want this to be square here, back here. We want this to be square here without coming out past the toes. And so it might take some work, some practice. If you have a mirror to do it in front of, it can be really helpful. But kind of get that step width down. It might take a few repetitions to get comfortable with how wide, how far you need to step to be able to come down to the square without your knee coming past your toe. But that's the idea. That's what we want to work on. Again, this is really good for hips, thighs. We get a little bit of hamstring activation as well. Good for hip stabilization. We want to make sure that we're engaging all those muscles because they're super critical for walking, jumping, running, and kind of just everyday activities, stairs, and just overall mobility and safety. Hips play into just about everything we do. So many people with the lunge, though, they keep their chest up high. So they do their lunge here. And like I said, that's going to put more load through the quad and more pressure through the knee. So as you come down, if you bring your chest just slightly forward, but keeping your back straight. So we're not bending the back, we're keeping the back straight, but bringing your chest a little bit lower. You're going to transition some of that load to your glutes, which is great for strengthening as well as toning and firming of the glutes. But it's going to take a lot of the pressure off of the knee that way. So let's give that a shot. Here we go. So here's our countdown. We've got 10 seconds left on my countdown. So we'll get into position and get ready. We're going left leg. Well, my left leg might look like the right leg. So we're going to step, lunge down, step, lunge down. Trying to keep on the camera. And so with this, again, it's more of a stepping lunge. We're lunging down, but don't feel like, whoop, there we go. Don't lose balance. Don't feel like you have to go all the way down to the ground. If you're not quite there yet, that's okay. If you need to go back to just the partial lunge, where we're kind of already in position, and you just dip down, that's totally fine. just do what you can do. Keep it as gentle and easy as you need to. Again, we're in it for the long-term play. We're in it for tomorrow and the next day and the next day. If we burn ourselves out today so that we can't go again tomorrow, we kind of set ourselves back. We're burning fewer calories and not making as much progress as we could. All right. I got to remember to turn the heat off when I do this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is switch to the other leg. So we're going to do the same thing. I don't remember. Okay, here we go. Switching to the other leg now. So 5-second countdown. And we're here and down. So see that one? I didn't put my foot out enough, and so my knee went over my toe. So I don't want to do that long term. Then I'm coming down, making sure I'm bringing my chest a little bit lower. It's hard when I look at the camera. It throws me off a little bit. So we're here, bringing that chest low, keeping the back straight, bringing that chest low. So I transition a little bit more of that to the glute. That back trailing foot, again, you want that to be as square as possible. And you want it to track in line with your body. You don't want it to be in, out, or any kind of other direction. You want it to track straight in line with that leg as much as possible. So be careful not turning it out or turning the foot in as you do that. Try to keep it all just straight in line with the knee. All right, so that's exercise number 4. Last exercise is an abdominal exercise. So this is similar to our curl up that we did before, where we were just really trying to engage the abs. But this we're going to do kind of more of a cross body curl up. So we're going to be laying down on the floor with our knees in kind of a 90-90 position, so knees bent. And then we're curling up, so we're doing kind of a cross body crunch. Again, I don't care how much your head and neck are getting off the ground. Less concerned about that, more concerned about how much we're engaging those abdominal muscles. And so let's really focus on that and take a look at what that means. So here we go. We're going knees bent, kind of in this 90-90. So you can feel just in holding your knees here, how much that engages the abdominal muscles alone. So we're already getting some engagement here. And then the idea is we're going to try and bring this shoulder towards that opposite hip. So as we do that, and you can kind of have your hands in whatever position you want. You can cross them across your chest. You can put them behind your head. It really doesn't matter that much. The idea is that you want to bring that shoulder up towards the opposite hip. And again, I don't care how high your head and neck come up or how high that shoulder comes up. What I really want you to concentrate is, am I getting a good contraction? Am I bringing my ribs towards my pelvis? And we're going to bring it towards that opposite side. So I often, honestly, as I do abdominal exercises, I keep my hands on my abs rather than behind my head or across my shoulders, so that I can make sure that I can feel that I'm getting a good contraction. And so we're going to go to the left and right. We're going to alternate left and right sides with this. Let's see, here we go. So knees bent, abs engaged, and we're going to go cross. So here we go. Countdown. I've got 15 seconds left on mine. So again, knees up, engage those abs. We're crossing, so we're coming here and here. Okay, here we go. Keep those abdominal muscles tight, and we're just crossing across. You want to make sure you're engaging all of those muscles. Try to keep your legs as quiet as you can. And just do the best you can. Again, it's more about engaging the abdominals. You still want to be able to breathe and talk as you do it. It's a little bit tougher to talk with this one, because I am kind of squishing things down. But I'm trying not to bear down. I'm trying not to hold my breath or bear down as I do it, but trying to still maintain a good solid core while being able to talk and move and everything. So that takes a lot of concentration and focus on engaging those right abdominal muscles. All right, so, all right, oops, went into the next round just a little bit. So that is the first 5 exercises in this series in level 2. So that's level 2, workout 1. If you're here with us live, I want you to make sure you give us a shout out. So say, hey, I'm watching live. If you're watching the replay, make sure give us a shout out. Say, hey, I'm watching the replay. Also, let us know if you did the workout. So if you completed it, let us know. Say, hey, I did it. Tell us your experience with it. If you enjoyed it, if you want something else, let us know too. I'm happy to give you some other modifications of these exercises if something's not working for you. Again, really excited to be bringing it to you. If you're watching with us live, let us know. So we're going to do now the next 2 rounds, so the last 2 rounds of that same workout series. So again, we're going with the wall squat, the modified push-up, the swimmers, the lunges, and the abdominal crunch. So I'm going to take a quick drink because I'm running a little dry. And then let's get at it. So wall squat to start. So the first time I did the up and down slides. But let's try this time. We're going to do more of the wall squat style. So here we go. Countdown timer is coming. Oh, silly me. The countdown already started. So here we go. I got confused with it because it didn't give me the countdown because I already burned it. All right, so here we go. 40 seconds. We're holding. So this is more of just the wall squat and hold. And so this may be too difficult for you right now. You can start this way. And then if you can't hold it for the full time, then you can go into kind of more of the wall squat where you're up and down. Again, if this is too difficult for you, you may try a ball behind your back to be able to slide up and down, especially if you can't find a spot of wall. A closed door with a ball works really well as well. So we're going to do that sit and hold. And there we go for our 40 seconds. So yeah, you may choose to do the sit and hold, or you may choose to go up and down. Either way works great. All right, so counting down. Next one, we're doing the modified push-up. Again, great for the upper body and chest. We're going to move the camera back over to the middle. And let's hit that modified push-up. So we're going down on the knees. Again, we want to keep a straight line between our knee and our shoulder all the way through the hip. We want to keep the abs engaged, glutes engaged, so that we keep our body straight. And that's the main key. That's why we engage so many muscles with this exercise. We're getting all of our core as well as our upper body all engaged with the push-up. So I love the push-up. Here we go. Let's get into position. 10-second countdown still. Lock everything in. And away we go. We're coming down. Go down as low as you can. If you can't come all the way down to the ground at first, that's okay as well. Just do your very best. Do the best that you can do, and we modify as we go. That's the key. Just do your best, and we get stronger as we go. And as you get stronger, you can do more. Again, so check your form every so often. Make sure you're not working your bum up too high or letting it sag down too low. You want to keep that body straight, keep those abs engaged and the glutes engaged so that you can keep a good firm form to where your body stays straight. That's the key. All right, next exercise, we're doing our countdown, is the swimmers. Again, we're going alternate arm and leg lifts here. So here we go. So we're left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg. Coming down, make sure you get a good transition where you allow those back muscles to relax. Perfect. All right, 20 more seconds. We'll rest and let's get started. Let's get ready with the lunge. So here we go. We're going to take a big step and we're lunging down, touch. Okay? So make sure that that form is solid. So here we go. Step, down, touch, back up. Make sure we're not lunging too far forward. We want to make sure that we stay in good squares. So square and square as much as you can. And then balance and make sure that that rear leg isn't trailing in or out or doing anything goofy. Perfect. Here we go. 20-second countdown, and we'll do the same thing other side. Again, lunges are great for glutes, great for the quads. Here we go. Again, you see that I'm not keeping my back straight up. I'm normally dropping it down just a little bit. So that engages that glute just a little bit more by bringing the back low. So I prefer to do it that way because I want to get more glute engagement. I feel like we do a lot to strengthen the quads, but we don't always do as much to strengthen the glutes. And the glutes are just crazy important with everything that we do. So I gotta do better at keeping my back straight as I do it. It's funny watching yourself in the camera. I'm used to watching myself in a mirror. So you wanna make sure you keep your back straight, that if you lower that chest a little bit, again, you'll get more glute engagement. All right, here we go. Next exercise is that cross body crunch. So we're gonna do both sides at the same time, so just alternate. The idea is keep those abs engaged. We want to get both oblique motions. I don't care how high the head and neck comes up. It's more about how much you engage those abdominal muscles. All right, here we go. Let's give it another whirl. So we're here and away we go. Keep those abs tight. Draw in from your belly button. So draw down, but don't hold your breath. I'm still talking and able to breathe. We want to wrap those abs from our back around towards the belly button and keep that engaged. And then we're going to do that cross body crunch. Here we go. So knees up. We're crunching across. Again, you can put your hands behind your head. You can cross across your chest. I prefer, honestly, to really feel my abs, make sure that I'm getting good contraction, good engagement. Try to keep your feet as quiet as you can. I'm moving mine a little bit. Try to keep those legs up and those abs engaged the whole time. So good way to engage kind of all of those muscles. All right. Again, so that's the end of round 2 of the 3 rounds. We're working on level 2, workout 1 in our series. So again, level 2, workout 1, exercise 1 corresponds with workout 1, level 1, exercise 1. So you can move that up and down depending on the difficulty level. So if you need something a little bit lighter, we can go back to that. And so remember, with that crunch, it was more just a straightforward crunch rather than an oblique crunch. Same with the lunge. The lunge was, instead of a walking lunge or a stepping lunge, it was just a standing lunge and just a partial lunge as far down as you can go. So we can modify those exercises to fit you. This is just kind of that next tier up, next level. Kind of in the break in between the 2 sets, Want to give a shout out to anybody that's watching. Hey, drop a comment, say, hey, I'm watching live, and we'll give you a shout out. And then if you're watching the replay, let us know. Also, if you've done the workout, let us know, and we'll give you some love there too. Love to see how many people are engaging with this. It's really fun to see people get in and work out and do their best with it. So I've had some reports of people getting sore or it being a little bit challenging at times with that level 1, and that's great. We want it to be a challenge. We want some soreness is okay. I don't want you to be too sore that it prevents you from doing other things though. So really make sure that you're backing off as much as you need to be to be able to keep doing it, but also challenge yourself, and that's okay. That's good to challenge yourself and get a good workout with it. All right, so round 3, here we go. We're going back to the wall squat. I'm gonna grab a quick drink so my voice doesn't dry out too bad. There we go. We'll get the camera set. And so I've got 5 seconds on my countdown. Here we go. And so again, you can do this as a wall sit and hold, or you can slide up and down. So you can slide up and down. And again, a ball behind your back is great. Either way, or you can just do the wall sit and hold that for as long as you can. And so you can transition and do both as well. If you can't hold it for the whole 40 seconds, maybe you can hold it for 20 of the seconds in the wall sit, and then you can slide up and down for the rest. So say you're too tired, you're fatigued from doing the lunges, whatever that is, you can go back into just the wall slide. Either way. But the idea is that we're getting kind of more isolation of the quads, really engaging those, and working out those quadriceps muscles. Great exercise. It's very good for helping us stabilize. We use our legs for everything we do. So, that's the first exercise. Here we go, countdown. Next one is that modified push-up. So we're coming down, knees bent, body straight, engaging the core, engaging the glutes, making sure we're staying in that straight line. Again, do as many of them as you can in this position, and then if you need to transition to the wall push-up or to a table or a desk or a chair to finish off, that's okay. Just do as many as you can do in whatever position you can do them best, and do them safely and with proper form. So, all right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Body straight, core engaged, up and down. Make sure you're not sagging those hips down too low or not bringing that bum up too high. We're just keeping it in good alignment. So check yourself every so often. Make sure that everything's in good alignment. The more narrow you put your hands, the more you're going to work your triceps. The wider you put them, the more you're going to work your chest. So that's another way you can kind of modify it depending on what you want to work on, what you want to target. There are lots of different ways, I guess, to modify the push-up. All right, next exercise, we're doing the swimmers. So let's get in position, laying down, and here we go. Going opposite arm and leg, engaging those back extensor muscles. They're so great for stability and strength. Keep our back healthy. And they're really, really important to maintain strength in those low back muscles. Poor timing and activation of those low back muscles has been correlated with low back pain. And so, if we're not engaging those muscles very well, we do tend to get more low back pain. So we want to make sure we keep them strong and keep them engaged so that we have a safe, healthy back and strong back muscles. So, all right, here we go for the lunge. Countdown is on. We're coming down, lunge, back up. Keep that back straight, chest low. Engage those glutes. like we've talked about. From the front ways on, we want it to look like so. Bringing chest low, back straight, coming down. We don't want that back leg, that trailing leg, to be coming in or out or anything. We want it to stay straight in line as much as you can. Whoop. A little bit of a wobble there. Good. 20-second rest. Then we're going to hit that other leg. Looks like we got a couple people. Hi Jordan, hi Brock, hi Shannon. Thanks for joining us. Love to see you watching live. Tons of fun. Hopefully you're able to participate and engage. All right, other side, same thing. Here's what it looks like coming at you. Trying to keep everything as stable as possible. Keeping our balance. Making sure that trailing leg is staying in good alignment. So from the side, we look like so. Awesome. So again, I tend to keep my chest up too high sometimes, which is fine. It's just going to work my quad a little bit more and work my glutes less. So I gotta always remember to keep the abs engaged and bring the back low. So I'm bending through the hips a little bit more as I do that lunge so that I'm here and engaging those glutes a little bit more. All right. Those are the two lunges. Let's go to the ab exercise. Now we're going to do that cross-body crunch with knees up. So in that 90-90 position. This is our last exercise of the series. So again, let's see. I'll give you a little bit different angle this time. So we're going knees bent the whole time. We're going on that cross diagonal crunch. Just do the best you can. All right. I let my countdown timer go all the way to the 40 seconds. So we'll just get started right away as soon as I hit go. But here we go. Ready? And we're engaging. We're crunching up. You can bring elbow up to the knee. You can cross your arms. Just engage those abs as much as you can. Again, I don't care how high your head gets up. It's more about how much you engage those abdominal muscles. So that's why I like to feel, make sure I'm getting good oblique engagement. Make sure you stay breathing. Woo, there it is. Make sure you stay breathing and you don't hold your breath. And make sure you turn the AC off, or the heat off. With these lights especially, it is warm in here. But I'm glad to be able to do it. Glad to be able to come to you and do this second stage, the second level of our workout series. Got to stop my interval timer. So there it is. That is level 2, workout 1 of our 3-level series. So 9 different workouts within this series. This is workout number 4 of the whole set, of that whole series. So again, workout 1, level 2, and those exercises all correspond. They're just a step up from all of the exercises we did in level 1. So super excited to be able to share these with you. If you have any questions about how to do them, or questions about form, or if anything hurts and it's hard for you to do, let me know and we can discuss a modification for you so that you can continue to do these exercises and strengthen those muscles. And that's the key. All of these exercises are targeted to strengthen different muscles throughout the body so that it helps to support and prevent a lot of different things. And so with each exercise, it's designed to strengthen and support, to preserve activities that we love to do, as well as it's designed to help prevent injuries and problems that you may come across if those areas do get weak. And so great way to preventatively maintain your strength and keep up your activity so that you can do all of the things that you love to do. So if you do have questions about how to do them, or if something isn't working for you, let me know. Drop a comment down below and we'll be able to give you some tips on how to modify that for you. Again, let us know if you were watching live. Fun to see people coming on live and doing the workouts. Also, let us know if you're doing the replay and you accomplished the workout. If you completed it, let us know. Always fun to see. If you want to be tagged in the future workouts as well, drop a comment down below. Just say, hey, count me in, and I will tag you in the future workouts as well, so that you can get the access to the entire series. I will drop a couple of comments down below. One is the links to the other workouts within the series, so all of the level 1 workouts. I'll drop that link, as well as tag all the people that had opted in before that want to follow the series. So again, let me know if you've got any questions. Super fun, excited to bring it to you. Make sure that you stay hydrated and don't work out in such a warm room. I'm dying. All right, fun to bring it to you. Thanks so much. We'll see you.